What's up guys, this is Danny from Rethink Peer-to-Peer Lending. Welcome back to yet another portfolio update on my channel. As always, I will disclose which transactions have recently happened in my personal peer-to-peer portfolio, and I will also discuss the most recent events that have happened in the industry. If you want to stay up to date with the latest information, then I highly recommend to subscribe to my Telegram or my WhatsApp channel to not miss out on any news in real time. In June, my earnings amounted to 1,050 euros, marking the fourth consecutive month in which I achieved a 4-digit result. New personal best earnings from individual peer-to-peer platforms have been reached on Peerberry with 333 euros and on Nectaro with 74 euros. Nectaro is also on top of the list when it comes to the best overall performance in my peer-to-peer portfolio, leading the way with 16.82%. The strong return is also due to recent cashback campaigns, as I would be around 12.94% otherwise. Nectaro is followed by Debitum with 13.57% and Income Marketplace with 13.03%. Overall, 9 out of 12 peer-to-peer platforms are currently delivering total returns in the double-digit range. If you are looking for alternatives for your personal peer-to-peer portfolio, then please review my recommendations for July in the video description below. Last month, I had a total of 3 new transactions in my peer-to-peer portfolio. On Debitum, I have recently deposited 3,000 euros that went straight into assets by the Latvian Forest Development Fund. In this regard, the recent LFDF bonus campaign came in quite handy, as it was boosting my investments with 120 euro cashback at the beginning of July. On the other hand, I withdrew 1,500 euros from Nectaro. As communicated in the last portfolio update, I am pursuing a slightly more active investment approach on Nectaro in order to benefit more effectively from the various bonus campaigns. Additionally, another 500 euros have been withdrawn from CrowdPeer due to a lack of loans that met my investment criteria. As reliable as the performance on CrowdPeer has been so far, the limited supply of suitable loans makes it difficult to scale my investment portfolio, which is why I am currently considering to exit the platform. Looking at the bigger picture, the value of my outstanding peer-to-peer portfolio increased to 129,523 euros in June, slightly falling short of my mid-year target of 130,000 euros. Next up, let's discuss some events that have recently happened in the industry. Income Marketplace has completed its crowdfunding round on Seedblink, raising 600,000 euros in fresh capital that will now be used for acquiring new loan originators as well as for various performance and IT updates. Despite the capital injection, interest from retail investors remained rather low, considering that 540k have been contributed by their main shareholder. As for my personal investment portfolio on Income, I am now close to 25,000 euros with no bigger changes intended for the foreseeable future. Esketit has recently reported the successful repayment of the Utopia Music claims, which were settled without any issues despite the liquidation of the lending company last year. As for my personal future with Esketit, which I wanted to reassess following the exit of the Otherfin group, I have decided to slightly reduce my position over the coming months. Due to the ongoing tense political situation in the Middle East, I will continue to avoid financing loans in Jordan, neither directly via Money for Finance nor indirectly via JMD Investments. Meanwhile, loan offerings from Kratos Capital or the A24 Group do not provide sufficient returns. This essentially leaves Spanda Capital and Mojo Capital as my only viable alternatives. However, neither of these loan originators has published any financial statements yet, making it difficult to properly assess the overall risk profile. For that reason, I have kept my investment with Spanda Capital at 5,000 euros and with Mojo Capital at 2,500 euros. The Latvian Forest Development Fund seems to be very popular among Debitum investors, considering that 13.5 million euros have already been financed after only 5 months. Assets by LFDF are also a key driver in Debitum's overall growth this year, increasing assets under management by close to 10 million this year alone. According to my information, Debitum is also in the advanced stages with a new lending company, which could be introduced to investors as early as mid-August. Another platform with ambitious growth targets is Mintos, which has recently launched its own bond offering. The funds are intended to support the introduction of new asset classes such as crypto ETPs, individual stocks, automated bond portfolios, and expansion of the real estate segment, and a refreshed look for the mobile app. Aside from the obvious concentration risk, the long term of 10 years is also something worth considering, although the bond is callable after 5 years. Nevertheless, demand from investors seems to be there, as the first 500,000 euros have been sold out within just a few days. On Telegram, 30% of the German community expressed interest in the Mintos bond offering, while 41% did so in the English group. Personally, I also plan to invest in the Mintos bond, assuming that the conditions for the second tranche will remain the same. Looking at LANDE, the platform has recently expanded its product offering and introduced an additional layer of diversification by allowing investors to occasionally invest in non-agricultural loans. The first loan of this kind involved a Romanian company seeking 22,000 euros for working capital and refinancing purposes. Personally, I don't see any issue with these kind of projects, especially since they won't shift the platform's core focus. Additionally, it's likely that LANDE will apply extra caution and a conservative risk assessment for these loans to avoid damaging the reputation of this new loan segment early on. Nectaro has shared a confident view regarding the first year of the Philippine loan originator, which has been offering loans on the platform under the Honey Loan brand since February. Over the past 12 months, the Asian lender received more than 650,000 loan applications and financed over 1.5 million euros in loans. However, due to a lack of financial statements, I will continue to invest exclusively with the Romanian loan originator for the time being. As for Estateguru, interest from investors has significantly declined over the past years due to poor portfolio quality. A turnaround is now intended with its new product called EG-Grow. The name already reveals the close connection to Bondora Go and Grow, which features similar characteristics in terms of simplicity, a fixed return, and broad diversification. Those who choose EG-Grow are promised a net return of 7% with interest paid out monthly. The principal, however, is repaid according to the respective loan maturities. An early exit and high liquidity, as with Bondora Go and Grow, is therefore not possible. To me, this looks like a desperate and rather uninspired attempt to turn things around by mimicking a well-known and popular competitor product in the market. Whether this new product will work with long-standing investors whose portfolios have been flooded with defaults remains highly doubtful. In the German Telegram group, only 6% of participating investors expressed interest in EG-Grow. That's a wrap for this month's portfolio update. If you enjoy this kind of content, then please do me a favor and consider subscribing to this channel to not miss out on any future videos. Thanks so much for sticking around until the very end. I hope you guys have an enjoyable weekend ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So long, bye bye.